created a person out of another person. Well, Junior, when a man and a woman sort of like each other, maybe one of them's a little drunk, and, well, they plow. Whoa. Are you trying to tell me you banged my mom? Well, how do you think you were created? You think we made you in a lab? Oh, silly Junior. Come on. Junior, come back here.
So Casey is in Disney World and on a cruise. So I brought with me my trusty, movie knowledgeable dude friend, Vaughn.
Movie knowledgeable is a good term.
Movie knowledgeable. And we just saw Gemini, man. And we're going to review it for you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if this looks like garbage, but back in the beginning days of YouTube, this is how movie reviews and stuff looked.
Right.
People, they didn't have cool studios
They
and
just
stuff.
had the camera on the dashboard as they were driving home.
Yeah.
Like, I think
our
Cinema Stop still does that.
Our Watchmen review was in the parking lot of a Macy's right next to the movie theater at like 3 a.m. We did a scripted bit for that too. We all dressed up as characters and stuff.
Okay.
And it was
We were just talking about scripted vlogs. So,
we just saw Gemini, man.
Will Smith's magnum opus since Wild Wild West.
And I actually recently read an interview with him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He said someone asked him if he could talk to his younger self, what would he say?
Don't do Wild Wild West.
Well, he said, I'd tell myself, do The Matrix, not Wild Wild West.
Okay.
Because he turned down The Matrix to
Yeah.
do Wild Wild West.
He didn't want to be known as the sci-fi guy, so he did the steampunk thing.
But I like Wild Wild West.
Oh, I love Wild Wild West. It's I don't know how to put it. It's something I loved when I was younger. I watched it for my birthday, just like this past year, and it still feels great.
Yeah.
But Gemini
We're not here to talk about Wild Wild
Yeah, no, we're here to talk about Gemini Man.
Gemini Man.
And that is not something I will be watching again soon.
God. Was it boring?
Yes!
Oh my God.
The action was just so bland.
I will admit, I enjoyed the dirt bike scene.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Until he started like hitting him with the dirt bike.
Until he started doing dirt bike foo.
Then I was like, this is horrible.
I have such a hard way putting this to words, but like when he starts when he had the mask on and they obviously weren't using CGI to make him like young Will Smith, he didn't look that bad. But then once he's like, I'm young Will Smith running around, he just looked awful.
First off, if no one knows, I mean, if you're watching this review, you probably know what Gemini Man is about. But if you don't know what Gemini is about and some reason you're watching this review, Will Smith is an assassin being chased down by a younger version of himself who happens to be a clone. And
They made a person out of another person.
And it's supposed to be a big technical breakthrough because they did motion capture on his face as opposed to just filming him and de-aging him. They actually did motion capture with cameras and stuff on his face to de-age him, and it looks really good and really, really bad at the same time. Technically, the texturing of the skin and everything looks really, really good. It looks like a face, like a real face.
Right.
It also, the compositing is horrible. It just looks like a fake head on a fake body.
Yeah.
It doesn't match up. And there are scenes where it's lit weird. There's 4 people in a car and young Will Smith is driving and everybody's kind of dark. But it's still... there's a spotlight on young Will Smith's face to show yo, look, young Will Smith.
I think the worst scene with him in it is at the very end, on the college campus.
All those wide shots of him are atrocious.
Him on a colored day background, he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It just And then basically whenever old Will Smith would fight young Will Smith, it just became CGI blobs wrapping around each other.
Yeah, there are moments where he moves and it doesn't seem realistic because he moves really fast.
Well, that's 144 frames.
Yeah. Also, we did not see it in a high frame rate. So.
Yes, we did not get sick to our stomachs.
Yeah. But it only would have been 60 frames. That's the highest all theaters do, except for 14 theaters in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
They go up to, I think there's like 14 theaters that can actually play it at 140 frames. And from what I've read, people have been getting sick seeing it. But I got sick seeing it for different reasons.
Yeah.
It's just a horrible movie.
I was, as soon as, at the very beginning of the movie, he kills a bee with, like, ninja accuracy with his hat. And, like, you don't like bugs? Like, nah, deadly allergic to bees. I'm like, when is that gonna come into play?
Yeah.
And, he's like, you're allergic to bees, and that's how I know you're me.
Well, I remember when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, oh, it's like Looper, but with CG instead of just another actor wearing prosthetics like they did with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and put on like a fake nose and a fake chin to make him look more like Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But apparently this movie was in, like, they've been trying to make this movie for like 12 years or something like that.
Was Will Smith, do you know if Will Smith was always attached?
I don't think it was always Will Smith, but I don't know where I was going. Oh yeah, that's where I was going with it. As opposed to just like a guy fighting your future self, and that's how, like, I know that, here's what I know about you, because we're the exact same person. Just because you're a clone of someone doesn't mean you have the same personality and the same fears and the same, thoughts, you know what I mean? Like, cloning someone doesn't make the exact same person.
It's just like, I know your fears, I know your dreams, I know you like fingers in your ass.
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
Well, at one point,
me?
Well, here's a few things about the script was just horribly written. They're fighting in like a catacomb, and then like young Will Smith is like, I'm not you, and then the next scene he goes to Clive Owen, he's like, I'm a clone,
I'm him.
Who wrote this? This is horrible.
And then he goes from like, after this scene that you were just talking about, like, oh, so he's gonna be like, this is my dad. So what if I'm a clone? He still raised me.
Yeah.
And like, oh, so he's still gonna be the bad guy. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And like, nope. He immediately like, let's go kill my dad.
Yeah. This guy cloned me. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, they're connected because of the Ace of Spades tattoos that they like.
Never brought up ever again.
They zoomed in on these to make sure you knew. Oh, they have a past.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Smith has a tattoo of like a spade on his wrist, and then he meets a guy who has the same tattoo, and then they never talk about that again, like where they get the tattoo from.
And then they meet another guy who also has a tattoo, and they go out of their way to show you his.
Yeah.
There's so many weird shots in this movie. I think the weirdest one that stuck out the most was at the very, very beginning when it showed the train. It showed this weird, fisheye lens.
It felt like they were using like a GoPro or something. It was like a whole 360-degree shot.
Yeah, and you see the train it looks like a triangle.
Yeah, it was distorted. I remember when I saw that, I was like, why didn't they fix that in post? Why didn't they you can easily, most editing softwares has like a undistort feature for fisheye lenses.
And there was this, and when people were talking, it was very, and then went to very generic. You talk shot, I talk shot. You talk shot, I talk shot.
Yeah, it was. I find it strange that everyone's like, look at the innovation of this like facial capture software, and they're making him look young. It's like, has no one seen The Curious Case of Benjamin Button? That movie looked better, and that movie was like 10 years ago. It still looked better. Like, young Brad Pitt looked way better than young Will Smith. Also, Will Smith was trying to, like, him acting younger was very, like, stiff and monotone-ish at times.
I mean, the old version was monotone all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not a big Ang Lee fan. I don't think he's that good of a director.
No, I don't really know much, like, off the top of my head that I've seen, where you were giving me a rundown of something.
Oh, yeah.
and like I've heard of all of them. I just don't
Never
think I've
seen them.
seen any of them. It's,
I'm also not a big fan of. I don't think Mary Elizabeth Winstead's like.
is that who the female lead
Yeah.
was? Who I thought was gonna be romantic to either one.
I'm kind of glad she wasn't.
No, so am I, because that'd be kind of weird.
I'm not gonna spoil things, but they build up. I don't know. There's one point where like a character dies, and then everyone's like, "Oh man!" and then they just like don't ever mention him again.
They move on really fast.
Yeah, they're like, "No!"
And it was like the one
darn
character
it."
I was actually upset about, because like even his death.
It happened. It happened really quick. I think I even turned to you. I was like, "Did he just die?"
Yeah, he was like, that's my reaction. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. I would not recommend it in theaters. Like, if it's on Netflix or Redbox or something, maybe watch it if you don't have to spend money. Like, watch it on someone else's Netflix account so you're not spending your money to watch it. If you do see it in theaters, don't buy it. We didn't see it 3D, but don't spend the extra money to see it in 3D. It's just going to be a waste.
That would have looked awful in
Yeah,
3D, I think.
it's very boring.
Exposition happens.
All I've
and, like,
read about the movie is the technical advantages and all this cool stuff, like these technical breakthroughs and stuff. But one, the compositing looked horrible. There's that scene where young Will Smith is hugging Clive Owen, and it just doesn't look like his face is even touching his jacket.
I find that scene funny because he goes from like face look like it's trying to emote to cuts to Clive Owen's face, then cuts to him hugging young Will Smith, and like when he starts hugging Will Smith, like he's just covered in tears, and if he's like been crying this whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that your tears just don't just magically appear.
And that was another thing. Like, there'd be scenes where young Will Smith would cry, and I'm like, is he acting? I mean, they could easily just CG those tears
Right.
on top of the CG face. But yeah, the movements of the clone are very unrealistic, and it feels out of place with everything else because of how smooth and fast it is. It's not human-like at all, which confuses me, because the reason he shot at 120 frames per second was so like you would feel like it was realer than real, and that you were in there. I don't know, but yeah, just don't see the movie.
It's not worth your time. Like I thought, like, oh, this is gonna be a fun movie to just rip apart. And, like, as I said as we were leaving, like, I've never been happier to see the credits roll.
If I have to go to the bathroom, I'll hold it because I don't like getting up in movies. I went to the bathroom.
You went to the bathroom during like main.
Yeah, it was like a big exposition scene. And I was like, I'm just gonna go pee because I'm sure I'll figure it out.
It didn't even really have any importance.
Really?
You know, the whole. I will say the beginning of the movie with like the opening sniper sequence, that was
a cool sequence.
I liked that. That was
Yeah.
like I liked how it showed him doing everything a sniper would actually have to do for this thing, like calibrating the scope, doing the wind check.
Yeah.
That was okay. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then
And then it went down.
yeah, oof.
It went down from there.
Ugh.
So, I don't know what you would rate it, but I would rate it a don't see.
Yeah, no, that is. It doesn't deserve a number. I would just rate it. Don't waste your money like I did.
Yeah. Thanks for the movie ticket, by the way.
No problem.
Enjoyed.
Fuck.
If you enjoyed this movie review, let me know, and we'll do more. And if you enjoyed Vaughn, let me know, and I'll have him on more too.
That'd be cool.
Now smile for a picture.